out of my walk today. I'm actually walking to the gym today, so we'll see how long it takes me to get there. Walking to the gym, it's rest day actually, so I'm just gonna do core and some posing and then walk back. Today is Thursday, it's my temple day. I went this morning with my daughter. Favorite day of the week, temple day and rest day. But I was gonna share something I thought was kind of interesting. It's been on my mind. And again, I hope it's not triggering for anyone, but maybe there's people who can relate to this. But I know a male person in my circle, my social circle, who has made a comment to my husband about this, saying, I would never be okay with my wife doing that. And essentially kind of just elaborating that he would never be okay with his wife wearing a bikini or showing pictures of herself in a bikini online. And I was like, those aren't things you should say out loud. That doesn't reflect negatively on your woman. That reflects negatively on you as a man. There might be a large part of the population of men who are going to hear that and say, oh, I feel the same way. But the thing is, it's like at these competitions, when these women are on stage and their husbands or boyfriends are in the audience, usually so are their parents, right? Or their kids and their family members, friends. Like, this is an entire support system. And same with the male competitors. Like, the male competitors get on stage and their woman, whatever, girlfriend or wife, and their friends, family, kids, they're all in the audience cheering. So I think the difference between these kinds of people are, one is a secure group of people, a non-judgmental, secure, supportive group of people, and the other is a really insecure, judgmental group of people. Sorry, did I say judgmental in the first group or did I say non-judgmental? I meant non-judgmental in the first group. So I don't mean that to be rude. And I think that they really didn't run that through their head first when they made those comments. But what I hear when someone says that, so I guess it could be either way for a man or a woman. I'm just the woman, right? So I'm usually getting the male commentary, right? So I'm not trying to come down on men. It just happens to be that I get the commentary from men, right? What I hear, if there's just as a person who's like, I would never let my partner do that. I'm not comfortable with that. What I hear is that you're insecure, or you don't want other people looking at your partner, or maybe you're afraid that, someone's gonna hit on them. And if you weren't afraid of someone hitting on your spouse, why would you care? Like, people can hit on your partner, or they could look at them and even think they're really attractive. Why is that a problem to you? Unless there's something to be insecure about, right? So for both sides, like a woman might be like, I don't want my man competing, and maybe he's going to be up there with all these women staring at him, or backstage with all these half-naked women, and she's really insecure about it, or she feels like maybe he's going to realize one day he can do better and flirt with girls that are in his league or something like that, right? Same with men. I think men who are like, I would never be okay with my woman posting a picture of herself in a swimsuit online. Why? That doesn't negatively reflect on your woman. That reflects negatively on you as a man and your security and what you're offering her, what you're providing for her, how happy she is in her relationship, I mean, if it's so obviously wonderful that she has nothing better to be offered her, she comes home to you every day, she loves you, doesn't matter who hits on her, doesn't matter who looks at her, doesn't matter who flirts with her, she's yours, right? And the men that go support their women at these competitions, that are cheering for them and screaming for them, I mean, you hear them like, yeah, baby, you know, like they're screaming for their woman up there. They're not fragile men. They're not insecure men. They are so proud of their wife or girlfriend or partner, and vice versa. So for the women who are screaming for their boyfriends or whatever. So I just think like maybe there was a time when that was popular to say that, and there might have been a time when it was popular for women to be like, oh yeah, I don't post pictures of my body because my body's for my boyfriend's eyes only, or you know, I don't want to be flaunty. But it's not popular anymore. That's like an old and erroneous idea. And I think like you shouldn't maybe say those things out loud if you're the person struggling with that. So it's a you issue. Maybe figure out how you can become more secure, especially in your partnership, because if that is something that is important to them, if they feel like this is something that they want to do, if this is a path that they want to pursue, like bodybuilding is a passion of theirs, you've really got to come to terms with your security and then feel secure in your relationship, because you don't want to hold them back. You don't want to be that one person that tells them no because you can't handle it. That's how I feel. Now, I think there's a huge difference between someone who's flirting, right? Like doing something inappropriate if they're in a relationship. So I'm not saying that at all. Just somebody competing and getting on stage and someone else, like the audience potentially looking at them, right? Or viewers potentially seeing pictures of them online. That in and of itself isn't a problem in a relationship if you're secure in your relationship. So I feel like that's something that needs to be worked out through people on an individual level.
Wait.
Get there.